Welcome to the Steckline Report with a special guest today. Yes, former Secretary of Agriculture Dan Glickman is with me. And Mr. Secretary, where have you been? I haven't seen you for a while.
You know, Larry, I've been looking at you wherever I go, and I can't find you. So we found you at the State Fair. You know,
that's not a bad place.
Yeah, right. No, I tell you, I'm kind of out of the world of partisan politics, and I basically work at two places. One's the Aspen Institute, which is in Washington, a think tank, and another is a place called the Bipartisan Policy Center in Washington, D.C. Started in part by Senator Dole and others, but on both jobs is try to promote civility and bipartisanship in government, work with congressmen to try to get them to get along better. So maybe if they get along better, then they'll stop fighting with each other, and that might get some problems solved for America.
And we might get a farm bill.
Well, you know, in that area, the Senate did a great job on the bipartisanship, but the House is a tough place. To be honest with you, you got a lot of new Tea Party Republicans that, frankly, don't want to vote for anything.
Right.
And I'm not going to lay the blame totally on them, but a lot of them believe that the government shouldn't be involved in anything, including agriculture.
We'll be back and talk to the Secretary in just a minute because I want to find out what kind of a farm bill he's in favor of. Stand by.
I first got started in the cattle business. My wife and my father-in-law got me into it. I love dealing with the animals and being in the outdoors. At American Ag Credit, I know a lot of them are in the same business that I am. You know, therefore they understand what I need and what problems I'm against, so they can work with you on it, and it makes it much easier.
It's been passed down to me through the generations, and I want to pass it on down to the next generation or two.
Are you ready? Straub International, your Case IH dealer, has what you need to work longer and stronger. Our new high horsepower tractors and combines feature SCR technology for Tier 4A engine emissions, eliminating regeneration times. Right now, Case IH is offering special pre-order discounts with free DEF packages, cab upgrades, and special financing on new units pre-ordered through July 31st, 2012. Straub International, your Case IH dealer, has 7 locations to pre-order your equipment and be ready.
Well, our special guest here on the Steckline Report, former Secretary of Agriculture Dan Glickman. And Mr. Secretary, we've got a farm bill passed by the Senate. The House is dragging all kinds of feet. What do you think of the Senate bill that they passed?
I think it's pretty good. You know, I think that Pat and Debbie Stabenow and others did a nice job of trying to pull together a bill largely based on crop insurance, which is what we ought to have farm policy for. To have risk management ought to be the base of it. So, you know, I hope that they can get through that process. I still am a big believer in an adequate research budget. I'm worried about agriculture research and the funding levels and priorities for the future, drought-resistant crops, those kinds of things. So, but they need to get this bill done, and I don't think they can get a better bipartisan bill than what the Senate did.
Well, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. In fact, well, maybe there would be one better. I'm not sure about this, though.
Well, you know,
what if they don't get one put together and they extend the old one?
You know, I mean, I think the pressure they've got to keep the pressure. I'd hate to see them extend unless they just absolutely couldn't get anything done. And if they extend, let's extend for a short period of time, because if you extend the current bill, you still have the direct payments, you know, plus, you know, it'd be uncertain of what would be the current crop insurance proposals that would be in there. You also have this livestock and other disaster assistance programs that they're going to have to deal with, irrespective of what happens in the farm bill. You know, and we only have about 10, 15 legislative days before the election. Then we go into a lame duck session with who knows who wins the election, what the numbers are going to be in the House and the Senate. So it's a tough process. I just hope the House can have the fortitude to take up a bill and go to conference with the Senate.
Quickly, if the Democrat or the Republican nominee wins, which is the better for agriculture? Or not? I shouldn't put it that way. Will agriculture be different under those two headlines?
Well, under the Obama administration, I think that Secretary Vilsack and the USDA have done a good job at administering the farm bill. I don't hear a lot of criticism there. Farm income is at record levels. Farm exports are at record levels. I mean, the drought makes things worse for some people, but by and large, you know, unless you've got a natural disaster problem, this has been the best times in many, many years for agriculture. So I'm not sure there's going to be much difference. I will have to say that under the Paul Ryan budget, he proposes very significant cuts in spending. And some of that would, in fact, impact the agriculture budget.
Mr. Secretary, you're enjoying your kind of Half semi-retirement.
Well, except I miss people like you, and I'm serious about that.
Thank you,
too,
thank you, thank you. I do too. I miss you too. And listen, come back and see us. Don't wait so long.
All right, I'll do my best. I'll come back quickly. If you call me, I'll be back.
Former Secretary of Agriculture Dan Glickman, one of the better secretaries we had in a long time. See you later, partner.
Okay, thanks.